I'm a dork that likes movies, and today we're going to talk about my undying love for Janeane Garofalo.
I did not have a thing. I did not have a thing. I did not have a thing.
And Romy and Michelle's high school reunion. When I started to take a look back at Romy and Michelle's high school reunion, I had no idea that this video was going to turn into a love letter to Janeane Garofalo.
You're shitting me.
But here we are. I don't think probably there's anywhere else on the internet that you're going to find someone with such a crush on Janeane Garofalo. Who knew? How could this happen? Also, I love Mira Sorvino, and sorry, but I hate, I'm using the word hate here, I hate Lisa Kudrow.
You want to be honest? Okay, good. Let's be honest.
After watching her for 30 years, I think she's probably dumber in real life than the characters that she usually portrays on TV and film.
It's like boo-hoo.
I've seen her in lots of interviews and stuff, and I can't stand her, and I really can't stand her in this movie, and I thank her for not ruining it despite her best attempts. Janeane, though, the black eyeliner, the cigarettes, the borderline psychotic outburst.
Why don't you tell everyone I said to go fuck themselves for making my teen years a living hell?
Seriously. I don't know what she's done lately or if her life is going well, but Janeane, if you by accident should happen to see this, you made my life better by being awesome for that one moment in 1997. Romy and Michelle's high school reunion came out at the beginning of the 80s nostalgia market, a trend that Adam Sandler fully monetized with The Wedding Singer about a year later, and one that wouldn't wane for several years until its ironic crescendo in the Napoleon Dynamite movie in 2004. This film captures all the worst things about high school from the perspective of people that have lived through it and are now looking back. I happen to be in high school and hating it in 1997. It's the year I graduated. But this movie clearly articulates all the reasons I hated high school and the reasons I kind of hate small town life now because, let's face it, a lot of people never get past their high school and you still have to interact with them daily if you live in a small town. The mean girls, the cliques, the jocks, and then there's all of us stuck in the middle. Those of us that weren't in the A group, the B group, or even the C group. We didn't have a place we fit. And that's Romy and Michelle. While Best Supporting Actress in this film has to go to Janeane, Best Supported Actresses has to go to Mira's cleavage.
Hey, Michelle.
Yeah?
What does this remind you of?
Well, I know. This lady is totally sick.
Followed by runners-up, Mira's accent and mannerisms.
Hi, my name is Romy, and I'm an alcoholic.
Hi, Romy. It's an immensely quotable movie with lines like,
Tremendous! That's tremendous.
It's a 90s exploration of existential dread that really could have only taken place in 1997. Romy and Michelle were defining their lives in terms of the 1980s ideals that really didn't work in 1997, and believe it or not, they went through a character arc where they discovered all this throughout the course of what was just a lot of silliness. It also explores a phenomenon I remember from my 10th reunion, and that is that the average-looking girls showed up looking really great and really well put together, while the A-group girls from back in the day all looked, well, sad. It was obvious who was peaking at 28 instead of 18, and it was a pretty stark contrast. It's little truths like that that make the movie believable enough to be interesting amid all the gimmicks and goofiness. Ultimately, my favorite line of the movie has to be this one.
I don't care if you like us, because we don't like you. You're a bad person with an ugly heart, and we don't give a flying fuck what you think.
That's right, girls. Let's talk for a minute about the soundtrack. It is fantastic. While songs like Time After Time and Tears for Fears are overused, The Pretenders' Don't Get Me Wrong and Howard Jones' No One Is to Blame, plus Bad Case of Lovin' You by Robert Palmer, these are all great additions and they don't get used in films a lot, so it makes it fun. I told you up front this was going to be a love letter to Janeane, and I gotta say, every line she utters is quotable. I use some of these every day in daily life. Nobody knows what I'm talking about, but I do, and thank you, Janeane.
Why don't you go fuck a sheep or your sister or yourself?
A few things I wondered when I was watching is, was the Sandy Frank dance scene choreographed or improvised? If you get any details on that, leave them in the comments. It's delightfully stupid. Kudos to whoever thought of showing Billy Christensen's beer belly at the end of the movie. I hate those guys. I do drywall for Old Man's Construction Company. Yeah, that tracks. I know plenty of those guys in my hometown, still living in high school with their dementia and working for mom and dad. They sucked then, they suck now, and God have mercy on their souls. Me, as a kid who was miserable in high school, this is a movie that makes me happy every time I watch it. Sometimes late at night, I stare off into the sky and just wonder how Janine's doing. Also, as a PSA, don't get on random helicopters regardless of the situation. They're fundamentally unsafe. Thanks for watching. If you like this content, please like and subscribe, and I'll make more. Oh,
Have a Romy and Michelle day.
That was a good one.
Thanks.